Just 2 days after the province announces plans for a COVID-19 vaccine passport, we're already seeing a big jump in the number of people rolling up their sleeves. Nearly 44,000 Ontarians were vaccinated on Thursday. That's about 11,000 above the weekly average. And here's a real number that pops out. About half of those were first doses. 83% of the eligible population has now received at least one shot, while 76% are now fully vaccinated. Now, we're live here outside a pop-up clinic in East York, and so far we've met a few people who got their first dose today, but will enough get their shots fast enough to keep the fourth wave under control?
Yeah, first shot, pretty uneventful. How was yours?
It was pretty good.
Vaccine policies in the upcoming passport system have a bunch of first-timers strolling into this East York elementary school.
I just follow my company's policy, and we have to be fully vaccinated before September 7th.
I'm hearing the pop-ups being held by Michael Garron Hospital are seeing a big jump in first dose appointments. Walk-ins at the city's mass vaccination centers are also busier than usual, and Peel Public Health is reporting an uptick in appointments. Do you think more people are going to race out sooner?
I think that because the pressure is on to get it done, right? You know, the people who are a little bit reluctant, they're going to feel that way.
According to the latest modeling by the Science Advisory Table, more than 85% of eligible Ontarians need to be fully vaccinated to control infections and help protect the hospital system. For a few weeks now, we've plateaued at about 76%.
I think it'll definitely make a big impact on the numbers, trying to get people as vaccinated as possible, but we also have to look at timing.
Bioengineering expert Omar Khan tells me the rush to get vaccinated is what we need, but we have to remember it takes 2 doses and about 6 weeks for someone to become fully immunized.
For those people who are getting the vaccine now, there's still some time until they can develop enough protective immunity to give them a good shot at not needing hospitalization if they end up catching Delta. It's going to be important that even though we see these numbers climbing, we may still see rises in case numbers just because people's protective immunity hasn't really built up yet.
Manitoba, Quebec, and BC saw their flood of vaccine bookings weeks ago because they announced their certificates and mandates much earlier than Ontario. The question is, if we had jumped on this sooner, would we be in a much better position heading into the fall?
Yeah, I think they go hand in hand, but I think we can also control for this delay, potentially with some policy and just good information out there.
Do you think that we will need to take some steps back or add some restrictions in some areas of our society to get us through this fourth wave?
I think with the potential for schools to reopen and a lot of in-person learning, I feel when we look at how school-aged children who cannot be vaccinated, how safe they are, I think that will dictate a lot of policies going forward.
Now, the push to get needles into arms will be ramping up even further over the weekend. The TTC bus clinics will be setting up in high traffic areas like the Jack Layton ferry docks, and the city will now be having 200 mobile clinics a week across Toronto.